Notwithstanding the patriarchy in the society, a girl child is still very resourceful to her society. Going down memory lane, Nigerian women and women across the globe have played their significant roles in championing the human rights advocacy and the freedom mandates. Let's come back home to Nigeria today. With the present #EndSARS movement, we've seen women like Aisha Yusufu and her likes joining youths and notable Nigerians on the streets to demand for the end of human brutality by the police. That is to say, that as the world marks the Day of the Girl Child, with the theme, My Voice, Our Equal Future, let the world begin to see the place of a woman in nation building, just like former Finance Minister Okonjo-Iweala, who is celebrated today. Speaking in a Zoom meeting organized by Oxfam Nigeria, the First Lady of Ekiti State, Erelu Bisi Fayemi, says there is need for women to have a voice and enjoined for women empowerment against victimization, amongst others.
According to UNICEF, girls suffer more than boys in terms of missing out on an education. In the northeast of Nigeria, for example, only 41% of eligible girls receive a primary education, 47% in the northwest. In northeastern and northwestern states, 29% and 25% of Muslim children respectively attend Quranic education, which does not include basic education skills such as literacy and numeracy. These children are therefore officially considered out of school by the government. In addition, there are at least 30 million out-of-school children in Nigeria, and 60% of them are girls. In southern Nigeria, there is some good news. The enrollment of girls outnumbers that of boys in several states in the southern part of the country. However, there is still a challenge keeping the girls in school due to a range of factors such as poverty, sexual violence, teenage pregnancy, family responsibilities, and so on. Harmful traditional practices such as early marriage, early and forced marriage, female genital mutilation, girl-child preference, trafficking, farming out children to family members to foster, all contribute towards creating a toxic environment for girls to grow up in. We need to listen to girls. What do girls want? What do they need? How can it be done for and with them? We will not know the answers unless we listen to them. The second recommendation I have is that legal and policy frameworks are imperative. The National Legal Framework for Child Protection in Nigeria is the Child Rights Act of 2003. But to date, only 24 out of the 36 states have adopted this act. For the states that have adopted the act, implementation is hampered by a lack of political will and appropriate resources. In addition to adopting the act, there has to be a state implementing mechanism and framework, without which the legislation will remain on paper. Third, the education of girls needs to be prioritized. We cannot overemphasize this. The several obstacles to the education of girls have already been mentioned. Special measures, however, should be put in place, not only to enable girls go to school, but to keep them there. Fourth point is around sexual violence. Sexual violence needs to be addressed comprehensively. A lot has been said and written about this, but it cannot be overemphasized enough. During the COVID-19 lockdowns, there were so many cases of sexual abuse and even murders, and the cases continue to rise on a daily basis. My fifth point is that girls thrive when they see role models and mentors. We have female role models our girls can look up to. We have always had them. We, however, need to do more. Accomplished women from any given community should go back home whenever they can. They should take an interest in what is happening to girls in their communities. In these times, when we have so many dubious role models all over social media, which is where a good number of our young girls in urban spaces can be found, we need the presence of mentors who can show them the value of working for everything you need and not expecting a big God, quote unquote, which is a euphemism for a sugar daddy, to be there to sponsor your life or your lifestyle. My next point is around raising the next generation of boys. We are not raising brilliant, focused, smart, and resourceful girls for them to fall into the hands of lazy, entitled, and abusive boys who become the men they have to spend the rest of their lives appeasing as husbands, colleagues, or bosses. We need to raise boys who will respect themselves and girls and understand that families, communities, and nations are built on love, mutual respect, and shared responsibilities.